I love that we're all back. We've all got another year in this system, in this offense, and so everybody's just going to elevate in that aspect of it. And what's cool is that we've all been able to kind of grow in relationship to each other. So I'm just looking forward to that camaraderie piece, that brotherhood, and like I said, just that challenge and that competition with one another in order to push each other to be better.
No Zach Moss, but what impact did he have on this room?
He was a veteran presence, and we all kind of looked to him to lead the way a little bit when JT was out. So I would say that was the biggest thing. He had that vet presence when he was out here on the field. Like you could just see by the way he prepared. This wasn't his first rodeo, you know what I mean? And so you definitely just pick things up from a guy like that, and that's definitely what I appreciate. Being a young back is being able to see a veteran who's gone through those growing pains and can kind of lead you in the right direction.
With Jonathan out here this year, have you noticed a change in him in terms of how he approaches, the rest of you guys in the room, like leadership-wise or anything?
I haven't noticed anything like change per se. He's always the same guy. He's always bringing that energy. He's always got great optimism, a great smile too, and he just kind of lifts up the room when he's in it. So I mean, we all appreciate him being back and ready to go. And he's gonna push us all to be better.
Apologize if you've been asked this already, but what was it like to, I guess, be out as a rookie, trying to stay engaged with the team? You're in a new environment, and then obviously coming back healthy this year and having a chance to really get ingrained with the team.
Yeah, it was a challenge for sure, and I want to say first and foremost, it allowed me to really grow in my faith with Jesus Christ, and so it really just changed my perspective on things. That all things happen to the good of you. You know what I mean? And it might look bad in the moment, but just keep pushing and eventually it'll turn out for your good. And so I've really grown in my faith in that, and it's really just allowed me to come into every day with thankfulness that I'm getting this opportunity again to play the game of football. It might be OTAs, and maybe some veterans will roll their eyes at having to be here, but in my case, I'm just so thankful to be strapping on my cleats again, to be going out to practice with the guys again, going through walkthroughs again. Like all that stuff it's just got me really thankful, and I approach every day with joy because of that.
What was the weirdest or hardest thing you had to kind of deal with? Was it like, I gotta, I don't know, hang my leg out of the bathtub, or like what was something?
Well, I mean, I was on crutches for I'd say almost 8 weeks. So I would say that was the toughest part, of just not being able to do kind of daily things for myself as efficiently as I always could. And that was a really humbling experience, because I kind of had to rely on my wife to kind of help me in those aspects. So I would say definitely humbling. And I mean, I couldn't even grab my own lunch tray and put food on it because I needed both hands for my crutches. So things like that you kind of take for granted. In that experience, just it was very humbling.
How long have you been 100% cleared? Because there was some chatter that you could have at some point returned last year, but how long have you been fully back?
I would say I officially got cleared, I want to say a few weeks before OTAs actually started. And that was just kind of like the Colts putting the stamp of approval on how I was moving and how I was going about, my business there. But yeah, I would say it wasn't until pretty recently before OTAs where I, finally, got the approval from the Colts to be full go.
What was the injury, and I guess to what leg, if that makes sense?
It was to the left leg. It was a meniscus, and it was a root tear. So it was a little different than your typical kind of tear in the body, which would be more of like a 6 to 8 week type of thing that we see typically. So that was an entirely different process, because they needed to basically repair the meniscus and put it back to its root. And so you need to stay off it for a lot longer. And so that ultimately made the recovery process a lot longer.
First time going through a major injury like that in your life? Or
in my life, yeah, first time. Only thing I can ever remember that kept me out of a football game was appendicitis my freshman year of high school. And I was back in a couple weeks. So yeah, this is really this first football season I've ever missed in my entire career, from starting from 3rd grade.